The first thing that I'm going to do when I take over power in Harare, or one of the first things, is to make a mining industry audit. We need to know who owns what and why, especially trying to figure out which foreign politician, especially from SADC, and more specifically the ANC, who is having mines in Zimbabwe, who's benefiting from the gold in Zimbabwe, from the diamonds in Zimbabwe, causing untold suffering in Zimbabwe, while it's lining the pockets of corrupt ANC members. When we do that, then we can start to talk about the development of Zimbabwe and negotiating a better shared future for Zimbabweans, not a future for a few Zimbabweans and their friends who are corrupt politicians from neighboring countries. So, as you can see already, we must be firing South Africa, ANC, and the rest of Africa in negotiating a new Zimbabwe, because you know who these guys are. These are the guys that ZPF give mines so that they can have what they call quiet diplomas. That's my politicians are telling us. When they say quiet diplomacy, you know what that means? It means they are quietly eating while smiling diplomatically, while the people of Zimbabwe are suffering. That's what quiet diplomacy is. It means the comrades keep on quietly eating while he's diplomatically talking nonsense and smiling on TV, and you people are going to agree with them because they are wearing nice suits. They are called comrades. They are called His Excellencies. There is nothing excellent about corruption. Therefore, I am firing the SADC, South Africa, and the African Union from negotiations of a better Zimbabwe. Those ones, I don't want in the negotiation table. They mustn't even come at all, because the only thing that they're after is their own pockets. The only thing that they're after destroying their own respective nations, they come to Harare and make sure that they also get a piece of the pie. If they keep Mnangagwa in power, because they also get a piece of the pie in Zimbabwe. So therefore, if you're an African leader, I have fired you from negotiating a new Zimbabwe. As we move forward, as we're going to remove ZANU-PF from power as Zimbabweans, I do not want to see an African politician in Harare to negotiate. You are all thieves. You are stealing from our country, you are stealing our resources. The only reason why SADC is there and African Union is there is so that they can make sure that their mafia governments all over Africa are in power, because these guys are in cohorts helping each other to oppress the African people. So in Zimbabwe, this is my strategy. Number one, I am firing all African diplomats from participating in any meaningful discussion that is facilitating a transition from ZANU-PF to a government that is led by the people of Zimbabwe. Okay. We will have other people from other parts of the world, but definitely not from Africa. I do not want them. I have fired them. I'm not going to listen to them. Because the first thing that I want to do before I talk to them is for them to declare all the mining claims that they have in Zimbabwe. Thabo Mbeki, Mr. Thabo Mbeki. I'm not going to call you His Excellency. I don't even know what's so excellent about corruption. Mr. Thabo Mbeki, you need to declare your mines in Zimbabwe. Mr. Ramaphosa and all the people in the ANC, you need to declare your minds in Zimbabwe. If you're not doing that, I've got no conversation with you, and we're moving forward without you. And when we do that mining industry audit, I see a name of an African politician in it. I am confiscating that mine. I am taking that mine. It belongs to the Zimbabwean people. I wanted to make profit so that I can build hospitals and schools for the Zimbabweans. Yes, hospitals. I am tired of South African politicians complaining about the Zimbabweans who are abandoning their health sector, but they forget these ANC people. They forgot to say that the reason why Zimbabweans are abandoning the South African health sector is because we ANC politicians are stealing their resources together with ZANU-PF in Zimbabwe. They forget that part. That our health system in Zimbabwe is destroyed because of the gold mafia between ZANU-PF politicians and SADC politicians. including those in the ANC. That is why the black people, the black Zimbabweans are running this country. They are following their looted wealth. Holy is God. Don't play innocent. That's what Lala. Holy is the Lord. This is the year of the Holy Spirit. This is the year of salvation. This is the year where the people of God are going to be free. And the people of God are going to be free indeed. That is why I am firing all sorts of evil, all sorts of sin. ZANU-PF tiri kuvadzinga, ANC tiri kuvadzinga, SADC tiri kuvadzinga, African Union tiri kuvadzinga. I do not want them at all. Yangizwa? We do not want them. At least me, I do not want them in the negotiating table unless they declare their mining claims that they're theirs and declare even if they own them through third-party companies, because I know how they like to hide wealth. Probably it's gonna be a mine called something Sokosile mining, which is owned by some trust or some charity. Don't. Yet the charity is or trust is owned by another company, which is owned by another company, which is owned by another company, which is owned by an ANC party. I'm going to be watchful for things like that, because that's what's most likely to be happening in Zimbabwe. And you can see these cadres, these African corrupt politicians will never want Zimbabwe to be free, because a free Zimbabwe and a president like me, it means that I am closing the tap. I am closing the tap. No more looting from Zimbabwe. ANC, you will only loot here in South Africa because I'm going to be the president of Zimbabwe, not of South Africa. So the looting in Zimbabwe is going to stop. And because of that, you will not like it. And you will not like me, and I don't care. God sent me to build his country for his people. What the ANC members think, what you want to kill me, you want to do what, that's up to you. Holy is the Lord. This is our time now. This is our time to take our country back. And you have to take our country back aggressively, not begging these corrupt people. We will tell them when we get to Harare, on the day when we tell ZANU-PF, when they serve someone, ZANU-PF marching orders, we're going to give ZANU-PF marching orders. And it says, it's time to go. And don't ask me when. I told you before that it is the day of the Lord. Even the coming of Jesus, no one knows except for God. It's the same thing. The coming of God to Harare, nobody knows. Even this servant talking to doesn't know except the Lord. He's the one who knows when he is coming to Harare. And when he comes to Harare, he's going to evict ZANU-PF from power. You hear what I'm saying? I say God is going to come. What that means or how it's going to manifest, only God knows. But what I'm telling you, what you can take to the bank, that the day is coming when God is going to evict ZANU-PF together with the cohorts of the ANC who are illegally benefiting from Zimbabwe, yet they have got the nerve to call Zimbabweans in South Africa illegal. First of all, let us address the illegality of mineral or mining ownership of Zimbabwe. That is illegal. Ownership of mines owned by politicians of the African region who were given those mines by Robert Mugabe regime and the current regime, so that they can keep the looting going on in Harare. Now, when God comes, when my Father comes, and I said, I do not tell you, I don't even know the configuration of his coming, but know that my Father from heaven is going to come, he's going to close that tape, gentlemen. ANC, this is what the Spirit of the Living God says, I must tell you. Get ready, gentlemen. It says, get ready, gentlemen, because the tape is about to be closed. The tape in Harare is about to be closed. Get your finances right, because if you're hoping that you're going to pay somebody that you owe from the money that you're going to get from Zimbabwe, God says, I think again, my friend. Think again, my friend. ANC is over. This is the word of the living God to the ANC. It's time up, gentlemen. It's time up. Zimbabwe is closed for ANC looting business. Holy is the Lord. Holy, my name is Ngobani Zondo, and I'm the next leader of Zimbabwe. I'm telling you, yalivala, man, yalivala. Ayikho nto liyenzayo, ayikho nyani, it's the end of it. Kuphelile ngokutshontshela abantu baseZimbabwe. Nitshontshe enough in South Africa, but 2 is not enough. We have to go next door as well and steal from there. Ngiyabuya ke manje mina asomgabe angisoye emasweni mina ngakho. My name is Ngobani Zondo. Nizombona kahle. All is the Lord. That country is going to be free. Siqedile ngani. Amen.